Hello everyone, Nerdy Hillbilly here, and I just went to a Comic-Con recently. I went to Buffalo Comic-Con, and I'm just here to do another show and tell video of my haul today. It was amazing, great time, met up with some old friends, met some new friends. So, let's get down to it. I guess the first thing I can say I did was I met up with, now some of you probably have seen on my Facebook the Canadian Batman when I went to Niagara Falls Comic Con, the one that had the 1989 Batmobile. Well, he happened to be at the Comic Con with the Buffalo's best Batman. So yeah, I met them too at the same time. Got my picture taken with them. You can see it on my Facebook page. Yeah, I got a comic from them, and they both signed it, personalized and all. So that was good. Also, as you entered the venue, they were like, well, we got a table full of free comics you're welcome to take. What did I take? I took whatever was free, obviously. But what I took was Spider-Geddon. Or Spider-Geddon. Sorry. Spider-Geddon. I didn't get the reference there, but I got it. It's Spider-Geddon, which I'm guessing it's all about Spider-Man and all the alternative Spider-Mans. Like, right down here is Miles Morales. This one in the middle is obviously Peter Parker. And then you got Spider-Gwen up here. All sorts of Spider-Man in the Spider-Geddon. I would have said Spider-Verse, but Spider-Geddon, I guess, is the terminology now. Yeah. So with that, I got another freebie. Was on the one side, it's an Uncanny X-Men #1 disassembled, and on the other side is Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers, the 700th anniversary issue, which was another free comic. Very nice. Okay, moving on from there. The first comic I ever bought that was it is a very popular comic. It is the first of, it's obviously a reprint. It's not an original copy, but this one is definitely awesome because it's where Venom is first appeared in the Spider-Man comics. It's known as Venom vs. Spider-Man. It's the Amazing Spider-Man 300th issue. Here. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry about that. This is what it looks like. See all the little 300s on it? That means this is the 300th issue of Spider-Man, where they introduce Venom. Now, saying that, I'm happy because I got that coming up. We got the Venom movie coming out, so I'm excited for that. Oh, and I was able to find this also. This was also in the free pile. It's called DC Nation Wedding Crasher. Batman's number 50th wedding event. Happily Ever After. I don't know. I thought it was cool because it's got a picture of Joker on it with a wedding cake, and he crushed it because he's an asshole. But yeah, moving on. We got, now I didn't know these existed. I went there and I was like, whew, I need to have it. I did not know that DC, and I knew that Hanna-Barbera and uh, and DC met up and made some interesting comics together. Because you probably have seen it on my Facebook from when I went to Niagara Falls Comic Con. The first time, I believe it was, that I bought, what was it? I bought the the Flintstones comic. It kind of looks like the Flintstones, but in the Walking Dead phase. But that's only because it's DC, and DC's dark, and that's why I love them. So this is interesting. It's DC and Looney Tunes mashed up. The first one I'm going to show you is Lex Luthor and Porky Pig. Very interesting how they look so similar. And then the second one I want to show you is Catwoman, Tweety, and Sylvester. Pretty much, I understood what it was going at. Like, understandable that they were going for cat on cat action, pretty much. Sylvester the cat is owned by Catwoman, and the cat obviously probably, that's my prediction. I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna have to read it. Harley Quinn and Gossamer. He's the giant furball. He's very interesting. And what I thought was very interesting is that they mashed him up with Harley Quinn. And it says on here, "That's not a hot dog, you big orange rug." And it's a picture of him about to eat what looks like a wiener dog. Very interesting. And now my last and favorite one, Joker and Daffy Duck. And I understand that. It's like the best of both worlds. You got the funniest villain in DC Universe, and possibly, well, one of the funniest ducks in cartoon business. And I knew very well they weren't going to put him and Bugs together. Obviously, Daffy was the next one in line. So what I'm thinking of is that it's going to be a super serious series, but it's going to be interesting to see all of them Looney Tunes working with the villains of DC. It'll be very interesting. This next comic that I got is very old. It's a Detective Comic number 27, and this is a long time want for me. I mean, the first Comic-Con I ever went to back in 2015, I grabbed an Action Comic reprint of Action Comics number 1, which was the first appearance of Superman. Well, this is number 27 of Detective Comics, and it's the first appearance ever of Batman. Now, yes, I know what you're saying. That thing's huge, Josh. How can that be a comic? Well, I guess they used to make comics huge, but then they made them smaller because back in those days, paper there was a shortage of paper back then. So they had to make them down to this size again. So I'm going to go through this, read it, and then put it back in this, and maybe down the road I'll frame it. And if I do that, I'm going to frame my Action Comics number 1 as well. And here's my last comic that I bought today. Now, this is a very interesting yet it's not the type of comic you expect them to ever make, but it was made, and This will shut every fanboy up of any comic book series or any comic company, because we all know that there's a war out there, Marvel versus DC. There's no surprise there, but wait until the Marvel and DC fanboys see this. Do not adjust your screens. That is a Spider-Man and Batman comic. Yes, they had created it, and yes, there are interesting pictures in there. I have to read it yet, and a little spoiler, Carnage is in it, so I'm super stoked to figure out what Batman and Spider-Man plan to do with Carnage in this story. So that's all I had for comics. Now, there was only one celebrity there that I wanted to meet. I mean, I met Catherine Sutherland and all that. And Nakia, I barely know her and stuff. She's really pretty for her age, actually, and I was surprised. Like, I was thinking maybe a little more lines of maybe more wrinkles and stuff, but no. She's still well put together, like the day I saw her appear on Power Rangers. But, yeah. There was them two. This Jeremy guy who was on The Walking Dead. He was alright. I didn't really go up and talk to him or anything, but that was cool. They had someone from The Walking Dead there. So, moving on with that. The guy I wanted to meet the most was Mr. George Lowe, and he is known as Space Ghost from Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and he signed it, and I told him that I didn't want it personalized because I was a big fan and did not want it personalized. It says, "It's Space Ghost starring in That's Not My Finger," or The Harvey Weinstein Story. And then it was signed by George Lowe, dated 9/15/2018. And he added a snack tip on the side. He does that with most of his autographs. Bacon panties. Sounds good, actually. I love bacon. Try anything once. Alright, moving on. Yeah. I got that autograph. I got the, comics. The next thing I got, and this is the last thing I'm going to show you for show and tell tonight. Most of you know that I usually get either a game or a toy. In this case, I decided not to get a game because there was no video game booths at all. I mean, there were people there selling video games, but they were like here and there. It was like going to the auction up in Springville. Yes, they got the guy with the games there, but it wasn't like that at all. It was more of the lines of someone's personal collection, and guess what? It was mostly fishing games, which I don't have a problem with. I love fishing games personally, but I'm not in the mood for a fishing game at the moment. So, obviously the answer is I got a toy, but not any toy. Now this toy is marked for like $50 FYE. I got it for $15, and I am a big fan of NECA. They are a very good company, and this is a Batman action figure, a 1989 Batman action figure. Yeah, it is interesting, and I'm never letting it out of the box, because look, you open the door, and look, it's beautiful. Looks just like Michael Keaton, and he's got batarangs. I think the grapple's in there too. Yep. And And on this side, it says, "I know you murdered my parents. Now you will dance with the devil in the pale moonlight." And I know that picture anywhere. That's from the video game, the 1989 Batman video game for Nintendo. Yeah, it's so cool. And I'm glad I got it, because I got that for 15 bucks. When I saw it, I was like, oh my god, someone's gonna pay 50 bucks for that. Because FYE, they're outrageous on the toy prices. But yeah, I went to Comic-Con today and found it for 15 bucks. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for all my comics, my toy, and my autograph. I do also have some other cool stuff that I will post on Facebook. I probably will post it on here as well on YouTube. Like, when I met George Lowe, he also did a voicemail for me. So I'll probably do a video where I got a video of Space Ghost sitting at his table, and I'll just play the voicemail for you guys. Alright, have a good night, everyone.